First things first, let's get into it. Biggest stories today in Lakers land. Number one, Luka Doncic, the extension. According to what I was seeing, and I think I sent this to you earlier, Luka has an option to extend his contract for 4 years. The Lakers can give him up to 229 million for 4 years, or he could take 3 years for like 160, 180, take the fourth year as a player option, and then take that max contract for maybe like 400 million with the Lakers. Um, what do you what's your best what do you think Luca's best decision with those two options alone before we really dive deep into him, deciding to extend?
Honestly, bro, I would say for the Lakers, they want to get him for 229. Definitely want to sign him up for 229. But Luca, the best interest for him, just so he won't be too attached. I would say the 3 years, 180. That'll be $60 million a year for the next 3 years with the player option. I would recommend him. I'm pretty sure he's thinking that because right now, him being in this whole Lakers situation and all of this pressure, since everybody's starting to blame him right now, we got to see if he can handle that smoke because LA ain't Dallas when it comes to the fan base. No disrespect to Dallas,
True.
but they crucify you over here. And plus, he want that 400 million too.
BK in the building. Brandon said Luca wants to win. He said Luca wants to win. Luca won't take the $400 million contract. I mean, it's interesting because there's two ways to look at this. I'm looking at Luca's injury history. I'm taking the money now
Mm.
because 3 years in the play option. I feel like too much money is being dependent upon the health of your body, and because of Luca's history, I don't want to wish anything bad on him, especially in a Lakers uniform. But if I was him, I probably would take the 4 year extension.
Man, the 4 year extension, like Luca not thinking like that though. Luca betting on himself because his name is already a brand. So he's already proved that he can be
That's true.
overweight. He can play 50 games a season, 60 games a season, still average 38 and 9 with his eyes closed. Um, if if we're going to be talking about other aspects of the game, probably not so. That's going to be on the Lakers to figure that part out. But if I'm him, yeah, give me that 60 because I'm going to get that $400 million, and then on top of that $400 million that I want to get, you got to understand California state taxes. A lot of people don't talk about that. That's a big reason why a lot of players try to stay away from the state of California of all three teams, all four teams, should I say?
Two ways we could also look at this. I mean, as far as a case for Luca opting in as well as a case for Luca opting out. We can look at this in various ways. As far as a case for Luca opting in with the Lakers, when you've seen it, when we see what we've seen, does Luca, in your opinion, be a fit with JJ Redick's Lakers system?
Yes. He fits in. He
Okay.
fits in perfect. Just because he's a playmaker. JJ Redick has a playmaker style offense. He just needs, in order to complete the process, he just needs LeBron to retire and he needs to bring in two rim runners.
You need to stop it. Why are you still campaigning for this 40-year-old great? We've never seen anything like this before, and you just want him to go. Y'all feel like y'all can do this no better without LeBron. It's just ridiculous, bro. It's crazy.
The quicker LeBron leaves, the quicker the keys fully go to Luka. LeBron will forever overshadow Luka because of his legacy. He will foreshadow anybody that comes over that he's like, yeah, I want to give the team to him. No, you're LeBron James. Like you can play for the next 3 years and Luka's still going to be in your shadow. You got to leave. Go
What do you
retire.
think about what do you think about the potential for, winning a title right now, BA, with this current core? Because he personally, with all due respect, Rui Austin Reeves, I don't see this ever happening. And I had a lot of invested into these guys as far as role players feeling like they was going to step it up. And when the playoffs come, they just disappoint to the max. So, what do you think about the potential for Luka winning with the current roster right now?
Depends on it. They have, to me, they have a good roster. They just got to play freaking defense, man. They got to play defense. As far as winning the championship, shout out to Hank, by the way. I see you. Salute, sir. It's my brethren. Um,
Hank, what's
but
up, G?
as far as this roster, no, they can't win with this current roster. Something has to give, and they need some defenders, man. They just need some defenders. I think they got all the offense that they got all the offense in the world. They just need defenders.
I think there's total upside as far as the Lakers go as an organization, paying Luca, this extension for 4 years. Do you see any negative as far as the Lakers organization? Is there any downside to paying Luca this much money?
I don't think there's a downside at all. The only downside is LeBron James.
Explain that to me. Explain to me how the only help that Luca clearly has on this team is the downside. I'm loving to hear this right now.
I feel like LeBron James has he has the organization he's keeping them hostage right now, and like I said, Luca will forever remain in his shadow, and Luca's gonna feel that, and it's gonna affect not just Luca, but it's gonna gravitate and it's gonna affect the rest of the organization like it's been doing for the past 7-8 years. That's why the Lakers really haven't been too successful, except for one season, which is the bubble, prior even to Luca even getting there.
For you to sit here with a straight face, with a straight face, and tell these people that the Lakers only had one successful year under LeBron James' belt is ridiculous. Why are we only measuring success by a title? Only one out of 30 teams every season can win a championship. So
What?
you're telling me that 29 other teams are not successful year by year? Really?
Seven, we not doing this. This is the
We
Los
have to
Angeles.
do this.
This is the Los Angeles Lakers. We only measure similar to the Boston Celtics. If you ain't seen We Are the Celtics, the documentary that they got, it's pretty fire, by the way. And I'm not even a Celtics fan, but it's fire. But anyways, we only measure each season by championships. That's why we have the second most championships of all of the NBA. Because that's our standard. It's championship or bust every year for us.
What's so funny to me? You want to sit here and tell me and tell the American public in Lakers land that this Lakers team is defined by championship or bust, when if you would have taken LeBron out of the equation, the Lakers haven't been to the finals in, I believe, 16 years. 16 years.
And why did they
Total
get LeBron?
irrelevancy.
But why did they get LeBron? Shout
Why
out to
did
Brian.
they need LeBron?
That's why they
needed a leader.
Exactly. So because championship, they looking for championship. So they went and got LeBron. They got tired of losing.
What's up, Brian? We got BG in the building.
Did LeBron James shit out Anthony Davis?
We're gonna discuss that because we're gonna discuss that because we got a topic going.
No, because you keep saying he brought us a championship.
No. Wait a minute. You cannot direct the way this show goes. We have a segment for LeBron. If you want to hold it and hang tight, we're going to get to it.
I'm just countering your statement, though.
No problem. And
LeBron brought us a championship.
I always destroy your counters, so you can wait patiently for me to break down and bust down like a brick of dope. Whatever you bring to me, it's not a problem. But since you're here, Brian, and I'm glad to have you, we're talking about Luka and this whole possibility of extension. Now we are on the case for Luka opting out. We just explained the case for Luka possibly opting in. What do you think would be some reasons, Brian, that Luka would say no to the Lakers and decide to part elsewhere? Have you seen any frustrations with the way the team is structured that might make Luka reconsider staying in LA for a long amount of time?
Well, I don't. I mean, they don't have a lob threat. We don't have any centers. So, if he has a problem with the roster, he might. But I don't know what his motivation is as far as being a champion and or what type of lifestyle he wants. We know that he loved Dallas,
Right.
but he's traded now. So I don't know. We don't know what his next step is going to be. I mean, I would assume that he would love LA. If he loved Dallas, why wouldn't he love LA? Um, so it's really hard to judge. I mean, we could give him as much money as he wants. We're obviously turning the team over to him. We're gonna win games. We're gonna restructure the roster. We're gonna win games
We're
just
not
because.
turning the team over to him. We're not. The LeBron forever, ever, as long as LeBron's there, it would never be Luka's team.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
he's the point guard. So just the point guard. Just when you're the point guard of your team, you're the team captain. You're the team general.
LeBron is the point guard, though. He's the point forward. He's the real captain.
No, Luca's
He's
the
the
point
captain now.
guard.
No, he's not. LeBron
Didn't you
is.
just watch this finals?
Yeah,
Didn't you
I
just watch
watched
this
both of
last
them.
series?
Bro, we've been talking about last series. We all been watching the last series. I'm telling you, LeBron been doing the same thing on the perimeter.
Yeah, but
Who's
Luca been
who,
doing it too.
whose team is this?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Let's take legacy out the window for a minute. Just with the eye test BA of what we've seen post Anthony Davis trade. We've seen Luka and LeBron. We got a nice sample size. Who would you say this team is led by up to this point?
LeBron James.
I
And is
I agree
that the
with that.
reason? Is that the reason why they were eliminated in the first round?
A big reason.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't agree. I don't agree with that.
Yeah.
So what part do you disagree with, Brian? That this is Luka's team already?
I think it's both of their team. I think it's LeBron's team because he's the oldest and he's
Both.
been there the longest and he was there first. But as far as it being Luca's team, I feel like as a point guard, you're gonna have the ball so much that you might as well say it's your team too because you're actually the point guard.
Just because you got a ball in your hands and you setting up plays for other people, it's your team. That doesn't make
Yeah,
sense.
because you're
Doesn't make
responsible.
sense to me.
Yeah,
It doesn't
because
make
you're responsible for everything that happens.
so.
Like, and you have the ball so much. You have the ball so much as a point guard. Luka's gonna have the like. We watched the series. We just watched the series. Luka had the ball in his hand the whole series. So
LeBron didn't have a ball in his hands either.
yes, they both did. So that's what I'm saying. It's like hard to say that even though it's LeBron's team, Luka's gonna have the ball so much. It's not. He's gonna be able to affect the ball so much on
Even though it's
offense.
LeBron's team, like you said, I hear you.
Yeah.
I agree.
Let me ask y'all
Even though it's
something.
LeBron's
I
team,
agree.
he's still going to have such a huge impact on the offensive end by playing the point guard position.
I want to ask y'all this because I believe anybody that loves the game wants to win. But do y'all think Luka would prefer to win a title, his first title, with or without LeBron James?
Oh, that's a great question.
Because the reason why I'm asking this is because hypothetically, let's say Giannis was to come to the Lakers next year. And let's say they were to pull it off, LeBron, Luka, and Giannis. The credit will be split. Giannis won already, LeBron won already, but Luka's first title, even if he was the MVP, the credit would be split. And I don't know if he would want to start his championship legacy like that. I don't know.
I'm thinking about, like, that's a great question, by the way. Great question. I'm thinking he doesn't care if LeBron's on the team or not to win that championship due to the fact that 20 years from now, nobody's going to care. It's going to be, and that's going to solidify him as in that super, that God tier.
You think 20 years from now, if Luka was to win with LeBron, people will forget that LeBron was on the team?
No, people wouldn't care that LeBron was on the team.
Luka would have to win the MVP for that, right?
You talking about Finals MVP?
Yes.
Yeah. You're right. But he wouldn't even have to win the Finals MVP like I said, 20 years from now, people are not going to care if he got a Finals MVP or not. They're just going to see world champion, and then they're going to look at his stats, similar to the way that they're doing LeBron now.
We've
Laker
seen the
fans, Laker fans, it depends. Laker fans don't care that Kobe doesn't have 5 MVPs. We still count his 5 rings. It's just whenever we start getting into other conversations, does that come into effect? But Kobe fans, they count LeBron's, or Laker fans, they count Kobe's 5 rings. So Laker fans are going to count that as a Luka ring. They're going to count that as his ring, whether he wins MVP or not. It's going to count towards Luka. Just like Pau Gasol got 2 rings with us. He's going to have that legendary status by winning the title in LA.
Facts.
Now let me ask you this, Brian, because you brought up rosters. Does Luka Doncic, when you're looking at the big picture, does he have a better chance of building the team with the Lakers or going somewhere else and building a championship team?
Well, I mean, he's got just as good a chance here as anywhere because he's going to take a large amount of the salary, for one. LeBron's salary is coming off the books at the end of next year. So even though we might not have a great roster this year, LeBron's salary comes off the roster, so he can restructure if he wants. Rui comes off the roster. Austin Reeves comes off.
Jackson
Uh,
Hayes, Christian
Jackson Hayes comes off this
Coloco.
year, I think. But there's so much
Yeah,
money coming off the roster at the end of next year that
yep.
we should be able to put the type of team around him that could, you know, make some noise.
Did y'all hear what Pat Bev had to say about Luka faking an injury in Game 5?
No.
I'm
No,
going to
I don't.
read
I
this.
don't believe it. I don't believe
I'm
Pat
going to read
Beverly.
this quote off to y'all before we get into the LeBron segment. Patrick Beverly suggests that Luka faked the back injury in Game 5. This is what Pat Bev had to say. Pat said, when a motherfucker's losing, they like to play the hurt game. Seen it with the Lakers. Oh, my back, not your back. It's an easy way to go out. What's your reaction to Patrick Beverly calling out Luka on faking the back injury?
I agree.
Really?
Yeah. Did you see how he was? Did you see him moving on offense? Cross the boys up, hitting the deep three, dropping boys off, looking in the crowd, screaming and everything. But then on defense, he looking like, oh, nah, man, we ain't doing that, man.
It's
I'm
just
confused.
funny because they did come out with that injury report yesterday. Austin Reeves got a toe.
Yeah.
Uh,
That's
LeBron
bogus.
got a strained MCL, and Luka's back. So I mean, let them say what they're gonna say. I mean, maybe his toe was hurting. Maybe LeBron's MCL was strained. But it's strained because Minnesota strained that shit. Like
What would
Minnesota had
be
them playing super hard, man.
what would be the benefit of Luka faking the injury?
I don't
Why?
think he's faking it. I just think
I
he's
think
drawing attention to it. Like I think it's really hurt, but I don't think I think it's really hurt, but just it's like flopping,
that
like did you get hit or did you not get hit? It's hurting, but is it hurting that bad? But he fell awkward though. And even if it did hurt, that don't mean it affected your play because
he capping, man.
BA, you have to convince me of something
Yes.
because if you're going to tell me that you agree with Patrick Beverly, then you're ultimately telling me that Luka sabotaged LeBron.
No.
He literally did not care about LeBron going out in the first round on another gentleman's sweep and this will help initiate pushing LeBron James out the door. He was willing to sacrifice this season to do that.
Who's how would that be the case? For
Because that would be the
motivation,
only reason Luka would purposely fake an injury to
bro.
be eliminated 3-1 in the first round. I don't understand
No,
it.
the only reason why I believe that he faked the injury is because he always goes and he hunts for fouls. And he'll drop, he'll fall on the ground, he'll be like, oh, he'll do all of that stuff, stay on the ground, look super crazy, just so the refs could call a closer game. And
This the
That one
that's
time
elimination.
he
motive.
fell was
This is the
diabolical. That one
elimination
time he
game. This is
fell.
do or die.
Yeah, exactly. So with the do or die, I need the refs on my side. I need y'all to call this, but the refs ain't gonna never call it because you hunt for that each and every time.
We got Hank in the building. Hank, what's up, bro?
Not much, man. What's going on?
What's up, Hank?
What's up,
Trying
though?
to figure out how I'm gonna bounce back from the Lakers being eliminated so early.
Detroit
I wasn't expecting
basketball.
that.
Oh,
Is
that's
Detroit out?
number two
Detroit
now, though.
basketball.
Hey, I respect it. Hank,
Is
are you a
Detroit still?
Detroit
Is it?
Fan?
Hold on. Detroit still in it?
Nah,
Nah, we
No.
out too. They out
they
too.
out of there. They out of
In
there.
spectacular fashion, they got eliminated.
And horribly. They should have swept the Knicks, low key. They should have swept the Knicks.
Yeah, man.
Every game that they lost, all 4 games, they were like, here you go, sir. You can have this. Take this from me.
They
Man,
do that.
Detroit had two. They had a former Luka shooter and a former Laker LeBron James shooter on that team, and they had Dennis Schroeder.
Yep.
They had
Who was a
two.
great
They
pickup,
had
by
a,
the way.
so look at what they did with Beasley, and look at what they did with Hardaway that Luka and LeBron couldn't do with them. They went from 14 losses to. Is that the biggest turnaround in NBA history, Hank?
Yep, it is.
Yeah, they
Triple
did
their
their thing.
wins.
With in Luka and LeBron, so this ain't a LeBron hate. Luka and LeBron couldn't do shit with Hardaway or Beasley, and they made the biggest turnaround in NBA history. And I'm going to include Darvin Ham and Jason Kidd in that, I guess, too.
My God.
Yeah.
I'm going to
So
include
since you want
Darvin
to
Ham
bring
and
up
Jason
LeBron,
Kidd because they sat on the bench like in no man's land.
since you brought up LeBron, this is going to lead into our next segment. And Hank, since you're in the building, I'm going to start this one off with you. So LeBron James, fellas, says that he's not going to try to convince Luka, according to reports, to stay with the Los Angeles Lakers. This is what LeBron James had to say about trying to convince Luka to remain a Los Angeles Lakers. LeBron says, no, that is not my job. I don't think I know. Luka knows how I feel about him, and ultimately that trade happened that trade happened for the future. That's not for me. Luka has to decide what has to do with his future. He's 26 years old. I'm 40. So he can't be basing his career off me. That's just real. But I hope, obviously, he stays long term. Lakers fans fucking love him, and he love him here. LA has accepted him. We love him as a teammate and a brother. But ultimately, he got to make the decision for himself.
And he got a potty mouth, man.
Spoken like a true NBA superstar journeyman. That's
Really.
spoken like a true superstar journeyman, bro. That's what
So
journeymen do. That's how they
it
talk.
sounds like we got a couple people on the panel that has a problem with this. Hank, let me start off with you. What's your reaction to LeBron not investing any time convincing Luka to stay, according to him?
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Gotcha. Yeah, my mic acting up. In theory, it sounds good. I mean, it's true. He shouldn't base it off Bron because Bron is older and he on his way out. But I don't know if that's. I'm still trying to read the room on it. Is it because they traded AD and he's still upset about it? Or he really feels that way that Luka should only base it off of his what he needs to do for his career. It's a weird statement. Plus the statement he made about I don't want to say too much. I might get traded. It kind of goes together.
Disrespectful.
It's
That
too,
was my
because
question.
he's
That was
obviously
my
on a no
question
trade
to
clause.
BA. That was my question to BA. Was LeBron being respectful or was he being distant? You're saying
He
he's
was,
being disrespectful.
he was being both. I feel like being distant is being disrespectful in that moment due to the fact that he's going to sit there and you brought your son and everybody over. You didn't hijack the franchise. They didn't let you do whatever you want to do. They didn't let you set up all these narratives. Then, hey, revive your career to an extent. And then you go talk like that to them and go and you supposed to be recruiting and making sure Luka stay. Nah, LBJ, we ain't doing that. We ain't doing that, LBJ.
I don't
You
know. Rob Pelinka, like you say, might be the secret agent because he Kobe guy. He might be trying to get LeBron up out of there.
Brian, do you feel LeBron was being disrespectful by making these comments, bro? I think we might have lost Brian temporarily.
Yeah, temporarily.
Disrespectful,
But
bro. Disrespectful.
I don't know. I mean, I like the fact that LeBron is trying to help push this shift of leadership with the Lakers. But seeing the unique situation that got Luka to Los Angeles, and not I'm not gonna say he wasn't felt love because the fans still love him, but having to go through what he went through with that trade, I do feel LeBron James should do everything in his power to make this guy feel wanted and comfortable. Whether you've decided if you're going to stay or go, should be a non-factor. You should really make sure you have done everything you can do to make Luka's comfortability, whether it's with you or post LeBron, the best situation. For you to say I'm gonna stay out of it and let Luka do what he do, I mean, you're basically saying I don't really. There's a lot that that could be taken away, like Hank said. I'm trying to read the room as well.
The room is already red. We see it
Really?
in our face.
Okay.
LeBron right now is something going on with him and the front office. That's very, very obvious. And I'm trying to figure out what the issue. Well, is it the AD? Did he really not have any talk about the AD situation before it happened? Or did he, and is he trying to cover his track to make it seem like he does have a little static there when in reality he doesn't because he's the one that pushed his homeboy away?
This is the Lakers Land Show. 7 Mitchell, BA, Hank. We are in the building. We're talking about Luka and LeBron post elimination, man. BA is talking that talk. Is this the end of the LeBron GM era then? When you look at the moves that have been made within the last 6 to 12 months, is it safe to say that it's the end of the GM era?
I don't think so. I don't think
Really?
so. I think that because I still think that he's hunting for his son is Bryce. I still think he's hunting for Bryce to get into the league.
He made a small comment about that too recently, I believe.
Yeah.
What team? If the Lakers were winning by the time Bryce came into the league, I believe that the Lakers would do this thing all over again. But if the Lakers are struggling since they got Bronny, why would they spin the block and do this again to appease LeBron, who was pretty much going to be out the door after the first year of Bryce anyway? I don't understand why the Lakers would do that. For the money?
For the money.
History too.
Yeah, a historic moment. It's a historic moment, and then it's gonna be who had one of the highest jersey sales this year.
Bronny?
Bryce is gonna be next up in that same circle if LeBron decides to stay, or if LeBron decides to go to Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
Then Dallas, they're gonna get Bryce is gonna be on Dallas.
Him and Kyrie winking at each other during the last game.
Facts.
Hank, Brian keeps telling me he never saw this. I'm not saying he's lying, but Hank, I'm gonna ask you: did you see the report that came out about LeBron saying that he would be willing to take a pay cut?
No, I seen he's unwilling to take one. He wants his money this year.
Facts.
But about a month ago, one came out saying that he would be willing to take one.
I seen that. But that was like That was like 3, 4, 5. That was like months back though that I seen something about
It
that.
was after they got Luka though.
What
This
I
was
don't.
after they got Luka.
It might have been because I want to say it was January. It was either January, December. It was some. It was January, December, something around that time where I remember seeing that floating and circulating around Twitter.
Well, now he's going back on that word according to reports, and I think we talked about this the other day. LeBron might not be taking less money um, or discount with this contract. He gave back I like 2.7 million last year, something like that last year around this time. Do y'all feel like LeBron is wrong for not taking a discount after what the Lakers done did for him?
Depends on what his legacy. What not his legacy is already cemented, but it depends on if he wants to win or not. If he cares, then no. Like if he cares about winning and about bringing more people to the team, still being the GM and all that other stuff, then he's gonna take less money. But if he doesn't care, he's gonna be like, no, give me my $54 million, and then that's that.
It's puzzling why he wouldn't do it. I mean, I get it. You want all your money, but if he
Hank,
helped
he don't
black,
care. He don't
yeah,
care, Hank. If it ain't puzzling, he just don't give a damn.
No, we this is yeah, this is strictly business. There's no emotional attachment to LA. Every this is totally, this is business. So no, I don't expect him to take a pay cut.
NBA
He
superstar
might he
journey.
might take a cut, but I don't, he might, but I'm not expecting him to.
I want to end it off with this one. Paul Pierce said this about LeBron's future in LA. Says the Lakers have to get out of this constraints of the LeBron era. He's had a hold on this Lakers organization, been bear hugging them for now so long. They need to say, LeBron, we appreciate your services, but it's time to move on. I keep hearing this sentiment from BA and others. Before we go, can you just explain to me how the Lakers are going to be able to do it without LeBron?
I mean, they'll be able to open up more money as far as salary cap to bring somebody else there. That
Like who?
like whoever. I don't know. But
Who is going to be willing to come to Los Angeles to be the Robin to Luka with a second, third year head coach in JJ Redick? You're not going to have any control in Los Angeles. What superstar is going to want to do that?
I believe many superstars are they're gonna look at that situation as like they're gonna look at it as on the court they can win, but they're gonna be looking at all the possibilities off the court because it is LA and they're looking at the brand. And when you attach your name to that Lakers brand and you actually do well in it, then for some reason, like they Lakers, Lakers make Hall of Famers. They make a whole bunch of different things. They make production deals. It's a whole bunch of stuff that can happen. And I believe that superstars would want to go because they'll be able then to go pay a superstar, or they can pay somebody that can come in and actually produce at whatever position to go along with Luka. But with LeBron there, it won't happen. It's too much money and it's a shadow. Have you
yeah.
seen? Have you seen? It's a new Avengers movie, right? It's not Avengers, but it's a new movie called Thunderbolts, right? And they got this guy named Century. Century is like this. Is a superhero. He puts shade over everything. He puts. It's called
Mhm.
the Void. That is LeBron James. LeBron James is Century. He is the Void. He puts everybody in the shadow, and he's the person that stands for it. That's what he do. That's why he got to go. That's why he got to go.
Brian, you claim to be a Lakers fan before LeBron. How does this team stay relevant post LeBron?
The Lakers will always be relevant. Before LeBron came, Stephen Smith led the first take talking about Jim Buss like he was a dog before LeBron got there. So it's always going to lead the news. It's always going to be the number one team. And LeBron, like I said, as soon as he became a free agent, he ran to LA. So, and by the way, he couldn't get AD in Cleveland. he had to go to LA to get AD. Well, he couldn't get AD without sending all that young core over to Pelicans. So again, you know, they both, the Lakers got LeBron his 4th ring, and LeBron got the Lakers their 17th ring. So it was like a married couple. You can't marry yourself.
Transactional.
Yeah,
See,
it was a transactional deal. So you can't say, yeah, you could say he brought relevance, but you can't act like the Lakers were irrelevant, and you can't act like the Lakers didn't bring their own, didn't put in on it. The Lakers put in on that ring. LeBron put in on that ring, and the Lakers put in on that ring.
Do
So
me a favor, Brian. Do me a favor. Tell the American public and everybody watching what the Lakers record was the year before LeBron came with all them guys that you hype up. Tell everybody what the Lakers record was since they were so relevant.
they had 35 wins.
and they still were
You know
relevant.
what amazes
And
me?
they had 35. Wait a minute, let me finish. They had 35
Here
wins.
we have Brian talking about the Lakers are relevant, whether the story is good or bad, because Stephen A. Smith going to talk. Whether it's good or bad, that makes them relevant. But then on the other hand, we got BA who says that this team is all about winning championships.
Yep.
I mean, what are we doing?
That's what it is. It's both. It's both.
It's both. Yeah. It's both.
Totally both.
It's both. Yeah. It's both, because if we ain't winning the championship, then everybody's got their panties in a bunch, and everybody is leading the news every day. And what are the Lakers gonna do? And blah blah blah. And what happened? And and all this. Dude, LeBron was a free agent, and he ran to the Lakers because they didn't have a superstar. So it's gonna be the same thing when LeBron leaves. Whatever slot they have available, they're gonna find somebody for it. Now, when LeBron leaves, they have Luka, so he's the number 1. So they're gonna have a slot for a number 2.
Giannis
and that number 2 slot is gonna be filled with the quickness.
He going to San Antonio.
You think he going
Who?
to San Antonio?
Giannis.
To play with Wemby?
Mm-hmm.
And De'Aaron Fox?
That's because we always getting superstars thrown on us.
And Castle. Don't forget about Castle.
We were supposed to be getting freaking Giannis.
Ooh.
So Hank, I mean, you know what pisses me off about this, Hank? If we had a bunch of people like Cole's age up on this panel today, I could understand. A lot of new age kids, younger men. I understand. We all have been watching this game for 10, 20 years. And we got BA and Brian coming up here trying to explain to us that there are possibilities for superstars to leave these franchises and they still be relevant. When we all have watched Jordan leave and the Bulls fall flat, Kobe leave and the Lakers fall flat, LeBron leave and Cleveland fall flat. Time and time again, we've watched this happen. But now, because it's LeBron, it don't matter. Unbelievable.
Yeah, but we got Luka.
Yeah, but Brian, it's the only thing, and I put it in the chat, and that's the reason why I think they asked LeBron that question. Luka may not stay.
He may not, though. You're right. He might.
Well,
not.
if he don't stay, then yeah, we're gonna freaking go into the lottery and all that stuff.
But what if
good thing we got some picks.
Isn't LeBron supposed to be like? But isn't LeBron supposed to step up and be like, man? I hope he stays, man. He can do a lot. He'll do a lot for our franchise. Like
I agree. Yeah.
No, I don't think.
Yes.
I don't agree.
Really?
Because Kobe did the same thing with Dwight.
And then Dwight left.
Yeah, he did the same thing with Dwight. He said it ain't my job to convince him.
And Dwight said he wished he never did.
But Kobe ain't never really even want Dwight. He didn't even want him, and he didn't like him because he was lazy to him. So
yeah,
LeBron
seems lazy.
So it's AD. I mean, so is Luka. So does LeBron like Luka like that? Because Kobe, you actually seen him in Dwight Howard face, like, man, you suck, bro. Like you whack, you lazy, you play too much. Was LeBron like that to Luka?
No, But he might, LeBron passive, so he ain't gonna say anything straight up.
Rich Paul gonna say it on Stephen A. Smith show in about 2 months.
Facts. I agree, Hank. You gonna see that? Yeah.
Fellas, I appreciate y'all joining me this afternoon, man. Crazy conversation. We make some of the best content, man. Shout out to y'all, man. I'm about to go ahead and sign off. Oh man, any y'all fellas got anything else y'all wanted to cover, speak on before I get up out of here? I don't want to
I'm gonna say
hold on too
something.
much of your time.
I'm gonna
All
say
right.
something. I'm gonna say if LeBron leaves and the Lakers and the Luka leaves and the Lakers are irrelevant, it's gonna be the Lakers' fault for jumping in bed with them to begin with.
How long does it take for the Lakers to fix it? How long does it take? How long are you giving Rob and the Lakers to rebuild a playoff contender if LeBron and Luka goes?
Well, there's no time frame. You don't know. It could be 10 years. It could be 2 years. It could be depends on who the
You,
free agent is going to
Yeah.
come. But we have a lot of picks.
you're giving Rob
Depending how
Pelinka that
far
much
down the
leeway,
lottery
10
we
years.
get, huh?
You would give Rob Pelinka a 10-year leeway if he
It ain't
leaves
all.
out on LeBron.
I'm just not going to care. I'm not going to care. Like I said during the 6 years, I didn't care because we was collecting lottery picks. I saw the team was improving, even though we went 6 years. We had that 6-year gap. I saw the team was improving, and we couldn't get any free agents. So it's just the way it goes.
Plus, they got a ton of money coming.
Yeah,
They
we
both
got we
leagues.
got it. We just going to have to build another team. And like I said, we had. Like I said, we really, we're really behind the eight ball because if you look at all the players that we had in before that we gave up, you got Josh Hart in the second round, you got Zubats in the second, might be in the second round if they win today. You got who else just made the second round?
Julius Randle.
Julius Randle, and he's a co-star. He's like a Scottie Pippen now to Ant Edwards. So
Kenny
we
Money
got.
Sniper.
Huh?
What's the deal in
Hank,
Toronto?
don't feed into this. Do you know what they're trying to do? He is trying to make it seem like the Lakers made this ultimate mistake of
Trading
trading.
young core.
Yeah, because now they still in the playoffs. Like the Lakers didn't bring the ultimate trophy home.
Letting
But that was
Julius
the
Randle
most
go.
expensive trophy known to man.
Letting him go.
Oh,
Let him
the
go.
Lakers bought the championship.
Man, that
Yeah,
was that.
yeah.
Man,
The
we
LA
was in
Rams.
the
They did the LA Rams. They did exactly what the LA Rams did.
It wasn't a
to
guarantee.
me,
LeBron did give
to
him
me,
that ring.
I think we spent way too much on that ring. To me, it cost us way too much when you figure out that we haven't been able to
Brian,
really be a contender since that ring.
let
Even
me
when we
ask you,
made the Western Conference Finals, we weren't. That was like, what? Are we really this far?
Brian,
And
what
after that, we've only been first round exits, and then we were out of the playoffs.
what
Like,
if that young core ended up being like OKC the first time with Durant and them, and they never won?
well, that young core was split up too.
They still would have been relevant, and they still would have
Yeah,
had even more hope. And you wouldn't, and they probably would have enough money to attract people and all of that stuff. Like it's everything is still be in circulation, and it'd be a positive without LeBron James. I'm telling you, LeBron James came over and
can I
hijacked the whole
interject?
situation. He
That's
came
the
over.
main speaker point.
Can I
Without LeBron,
interject?
Not LeBron, but he
I've
is the
never
person.
seen NBA fans willing to give back an NBA title in my life like they do with this LA
Hey,
title
when you got
17.
16, you could be generous.
Man, yo,
You got 16. But
yo,
let me interject something. Let me just interject
yo.
something.
that's a
Let me
flex
just
though.
interject this
That
point.
is a flex.
That's a real flex.
You look at the last like single star champions like the Dirk Nowitzki Lakers, or no, the Dirk Nowitzki Mavs, or
Right.
the
The
Kawhi Toronto Raptors, or
Milwaukee
the
Bucks.
Giannis
Yeah.
Milwaukee Bucks, and you look at
Mhm.
their supporting cast, And you look at the baby Lakers and where they are today, all in their careers. You look at Ingram. You look at Lonzo, even though he's been hurt. You look at Josh Hart. You look who's averaged 10 rebounds a game. You look at Ivica Zubac, who's been battling Jokic
Clarkson.
during this series, and who's been past the second round a couple times. And then you look at also Julius Randle, who's been struggling, and balling in the
A
playoffs.
perennial all-star. Just say
Perennial all-star, two-time All NBA player, most improved player. Also, Brandon Ingram was the most improved. Look at that roster and surround that roster with LeBron right now today. Surround LeBron with that roster right now. And tell me how
none of those guys have held any responsibility. None of those guys have had to carry any load since they left the Lakers. You're just trying to
Julius
make it.
Randle and Zubac are carrying loads.
Julius had New York on his
carrying
back.
a load.
You
Josh
cannot
Hart is
credit the
carrying a load.
Timberwolves' success to Julius Randle.
Julius Randle had
Anthony Edwards.
Julius
I
Randle
said
had New
put-
York
I
City
said-
on his back, Seven.
I
He had
said
New York
put them-
City on
He
his
did have New
back.
York first. He did
Yeah,
have
and he
New
took
York
the
He
Knicks
had him on
to
his
the
back.
playoff by himself. He took the Knicks
Who
to the
had
playoff
more?
by
Hold
himself.
on. Who had more impact in New York, Julius or Jalen?
Who?
Jalen right now.
Julius Randle or Jalen Brunson?
Jalen.
Jalen, but Julius Randle was the first one to get him to the
But
playoffs.
he played there
before
3
Jalen.
seasons. He was playing there 3 seasons before Jalen even thought about playing there, though.
Yeah, and he got him to the
Or
playoffs.
4 seasons.
And look at what Julius Randle just did. I said, look at them right
in the
now.
weak Eastern
And I-
Conference.
and I-
In the weak Eastern Conference.
7. I said, look at them with LeBron on the team. Look at them right now with
You
LeBron.
can't say weak Eastern Conference when LeBron spent most of his career in the weak East.
And I'm putting LeBron on the team with them right now. I'm
Going
saying LeBron, Julius Randle,
to the
Ivica
finals.
Zubac, Brandon Ingram.
Yeah, going to the finals against
Josh Hart.
the Atlanta Hawks, the Indiana Pacers. Like, come on.
Jordan Clarkson. You forget about Clarkson.
Yeah, Clarkson too. But
Six
he
man
didn't
of the
make
year
playoffs.
last year. Six man
Yeah.
of the year last year. Yeah.
So I'm just saying, I'm just saying the talent that he had around him that he didn't want to work with was good. Like it was good.
7. I wanted to, because I know we harping on this, and I know you got to go. I just want to say this one thing, man. Can we put some respect on Jackson Hayes? Can we give him some respect? Just a little
Yeah,
bit.
that was
No.
BS, man.
No.
That was BS.
No.
I just feel like Christian Coloco. I want to put some respect on his name too, because I feel like the Lakers did have bigs that they could put in their game. They had bigs because if Rudy Gobert could do that, they just be sitting there. Jackson Hayes
Yeah,
could do
that's
that too.
Rudy looked like
That's
Shaq,
true.
man. That Shaq was crying.
No, he
Oh,
looked
my
like
God.
Wilt Chamberlain. That's what he looked like. He looked
true.
like
That's
you
true.
know.
And Hayes was
I
balling, man.
agree.
Hayes would have games where he was like 4 out of 4.
Him and JJ got a beef.
4 out of 6.
Oh. And like you got Mr. Connect, Mr. Dalton Connect, bro. Dalton Connect was going to be rookie of the year if they would have kept playing him. He was going to be rookie of the year. Hands down. But I don't know the communicate. I don't know what JJ Redick was on. But if we're going to crucify Darvin Ham, who made it to his first year, made it to the actual Western Conference Finals, we got to give JJ Redick that smoke too. We got to give him that smoke too. Right now, he got burnt for one game. They said a little something. Oh, he played his player, but everybody been like, "Oh, well, his player has been injured." You see the injury reports now. Yeah. He's gonna be the next Pat Riley. We got to give him that smoke too. That's all I'm saying. But I got to put some respect on the big men who people talking like the Lakers don't got 7-footers and no 6'10s and 6'11s over there. They had a few of them. They even had freaking Alex Lynn, which is horrible, but he was even over there. You could play
Yeah,
them.
they should have played
could play them.
Jackson Hayes.
Purpose of
You
foul.
got to play the players that got you there.
Just for the physicality purpose, you can use them. Right.
Which Rudy
Yeah.
don't like.
Because you got gentlemen swept anyway. Like that to do that and hurt your players like that, even though you know you can't win, you got to go with the guy. You can't do that. That's
I had to say that, dude.
Hey,
You
my
heard his
instinct
career.
is Jackson.
Like
that's messed up.
I had to say that because I'm not hearing nobody talk. I'm not hearing nobody talk about, like, everybody keeps saying the Lakers are super small, man. They go small ball. They got this and they got that. And they got some 6'10s and 6'11s over there. And they
That's
got one
Pelinka.
7-footer.
That's
They got
Pelinka,
all of
man.
that. They can play
It
that. They
has to
can
be
play them.
something. I don't know what it is, bro, because they got 3 of them.
Yeah.
And it's so
It has to
funny
be something
because
that they seeing in practice, yo.
it's so stupid because we go back to even the Vlade Divac and Eldon Campbell era where we were able to get past the first round because we have Vlade and Eldon. And we didn't have no superstars. Like, why are we so small when we even in
Hey,
our worst of times we always had big men? Why are we I can't
shout out to
stand
that
this Lakers
champion.
franchise right now.
Shout out to that champion, Eldon Campbell, Pistons 04.
Oh, he
Yeah,
did win one with him.
yeah.
He
Eldon
did
Campbell,
win. He
man,
did get him one. He did get him one.
yeah, and he was a fan. I mean, he killed for the Lakers, Hank. He killed for the Lakers. Go look at like the '95 Lakers and look at some of the highlights on YouTube. You'll see what he was doing for the
He
Yeah,
was
Lakers,
with the
man.
Lakers in the finals versus Michael in
yeah.
91.
He was with
Yeah,
Magic. Magic didn't get hurt. They'd had another shot.
and Vlade was in the finals.
Yeah. Yeah.
So like we got we got a tradition of big men that Pelinka and them just went away from, man. We got a tradition. We got a blueprint for winning championships. We had the blueprint before LeBron came, and we got one, and we had
JJ,
one
get your
starting
bars
when he
up.
was here.
JJ Redick, get your bars up, man. Get your bars up.
He
JJ.
did put in Maxi Kleber.
Yeah.
At the elimination game.
That was disrespectful. That was disrespectful.
The Lakers got a
That
blueprint already for putting together
was disrespectful.
competitive teams. They got a blueprint. They know how to do it.
Jackson Hayes. Look at that. I could only imagine being Jackson Hayes and Koloko. And I didn't even gonna mention Alex Lynn, but just Jackson Hayes and Koloko just sitting over there. And they like, Maxi Kleber hasn't played since December of last year. He hasn't played since 2024. And we are 5
That was
months
his first game in the Laker uniform.
Yeah, crazy, bro.
And they put him in a playoff game. That's crazy. All right, fellas, I am out. Salute to the live watchers. And
When's the
y'all will
next one?
catch
When's
us
the
on
next
the replay. Oh, tomorrow I'm gonna load it up again tomorrow because I know it's gonna be more BS for the Lakers coming down. I'm just watching the news, trying to see what's hitting. So I'll get at you guys.
All right, man. I'll be looking for you tomorrow.
I'll keep you in the loop. All right, y'all.
All right, salute.
Peace, everybody.
Peace.
Peace.
What's up, guys, and thanks for watching. If you enjoyed today's video, please hit that like button for us so we can get this content in the algorithm. And also, please be sure to subscribe to the Lakers Land YouTube channel if you're new. And you can also purchase a channel membership for exclusive Lakers Land content. Also, join our Lakers Land watch party room on Playback TV for free VIP access to all of our Laker games and our live weekly podcast. That's playback.tv/LakersLand show. We also have merchandise available in our YouTube channel store, so grab some Lakers Likes merch today. Peace.